What's going on, y'all? Just getting here today with your Copa America predictions. We it's about how many days out are we? How many days out are we? Let me double check. It's about 12 days out from Copa America, and we've seen some of the friendlies. We can kind of get a feel of what's to come for some of these teams, and who do we expect to go where. Now, when you're looking at it, Group A, I think the top two is kind of obvious. Argentina and Canada in that order. I'm not going to do any switching around here. Argentina, obviously, World Cup winners. They should come out. They should dominate this group stage. None of the other teams really in this group are really worth considering beating Argentina. If anybody were to do it, maybe Canada. Maybe Canada. And I don't think they'd even beat them. I think most Canada could get is a draw. Peru, decent team. I think they could maybe make it into the second here. But ultimately, I'm going to have Canada be second, Peru third, Chile at fourth. Chile just not really feeling them going into this tournament. Group B Group B is an interesting one. Um, decent teams here. Decent teams here. Mexico, I think, is probably going to be the favorites in this group, in my opinion. I do think they'll get the job done. Ecuador, Jamaica, Venezuela. The question is which one of those are next. I do think Venezuela will be bottom. Jamaica, it's an interesting one. I think they are capable of scoring, but I do think Ecuador is the better team. I'm gonna leave it like that: Mexico, Ecuador, Jamaica, Venezuela in that order. Then we get to Group C. I'm gonna be honest. If I filmed this video about a few days ago, I probably would have had the United States winning this group. However, I was not very impressed against Colombia, 1-5. Um, so maybe that opens the door for somebody like a Uruguay, who is a good side. Or I don't really think Panama or Bolivia are going to give us any problems, but we will have Uruguay topping the group. USA will go next, and then Bolivia will be at the bottom. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to Group C. The United States, I think we have a chance to go far, but ultimately the form that we saw against Colombia was not it. Speaking of Colombia, here they are. And I do really like the top two here. Brazil and Colombia, they'll get the jobs done. Not really too concerned about that for them. Then it's just a matter of picking out that third team, Costa Rica, Paraguay, kind of on even playing field, in my opinion. We'll give it to Costa Rica. Argentina versus Ecuador. Like I said, World Cup champions. I think Argentina is going to um, continue a hot streak and beat Ecuador. Mexico versus Canada. Like I said, Canada has the potential to maybe hang in with Argentina. I think this will be a good game between them and Mexico. Mexico, I think they'll get the job done though. Uruguay versus Colombia. Colombia looked really good against the United States. I'm going to give it to Colombia. Brazil versus the United States. If the United States could not get the job done against Colombia, they're not going to get it done against Brazil. They do play Brazil in a friendly, actually, here on Wednesday. But I'm going to go Brazil. So Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico. Argentina is going to beat Mexico. Colombia versus Brazil. I want to go something different because going Brazil kind of feels like a cop out. I'm going to go Colombia to beat Brazil. And then, I'm going to have Colombia win the whole thing. I think they are a capable team. I feel like Argentina might be too popular of a pick. I just want to be a little bit different. We're going to go with Colombia to win the whole thing. Mexico versus Brazil, I think this will be a good game. But I got to ride with my Arsenal boy, Gabriel, there on the center back, and obviously the attacker Martinelli. But we're going to ride with Brazil. If we can't get it done in terms of Arsenal getting some hardware, then I hope one of the boys bring home some hardware this summer, whether it's the Gabriels, I don't know if Jesus made the national team. Did all three Gabriels make the national team? Um, I feel like he wouldn't have. I feel like he wouldn't have because he was he was coming off the bench because he was injured for a while. Did Gabriel Jesus make the national team? He did not. So only Martinelli and only Gabriel. So one of those boys can bring back the bronze. It's fine. Obviously the Euros we want to see Kyle Saka, Declan Rice, Rambo. I know he won't be around, but we want to see one of those guys bring it back as well. Maybe it could be my boy Trossard. Maybe it is Trossard again. Trossard again. Ole ole. But this is the Copa America. I am going to be riding with Colombia to win it all. Feels kind of weird, but I don't necessarily know if Argentina is going to win two major tournaments back to back, so we're going to go with Colombia here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Let me know down below who you think is going to win. Do you think it's Brazil? Do you think it's Argentina? Probably the top two in my opinion, but I'm going to go with a little bit of a dark horse in Colombia. Thanks for watching.